Most people who try Web3 for the first time don't quit because they hate decentralization. They quit because the experience feels broken, unpredictable, and hostile. And one of the biggest reasons for that is gas fees. If you've ever tried sending crypto or using a Web3 app and suddenly been asked to pay an absurd fee just to do something simple, you've felt this problem firsthand. Gas fees are the costs users have to pay to have their transactions processed by a blockchain network. And in theory, they exist to prevent spam and fairly allocate limited block space. But in practice, they've become one of Web3's biggest usability failures. Fees fluctuate wildly, they're hard to predict, and they often spike during moments of high demand, turning simple actions into expensive mistakes. You're not just paying for sending money either. Every interaction with a smart contract, every NFT mint, every app action competes for the same block space, which means normal users are constantly bidding against bots, traders, and automated systems. This turns Web3 into a pay-to-play environment where the richest or fastest participants win, and everyone else gets priced out or stuck waiting. According to Mastering Ethereum by Andreas Antonopoulos, gas fees are a direct consequence of limited block capacity combined with open competition for inclusion, meaning users must outbid each other for priority, which naturally leads to fee volatility during congestion. This design choice may make sense from a protocol perspective, but it creates a terrible user experience. And this is where many Web3 projects quietly lose credibility. When users don't know what a transaction will cost, when fees can exceed the value being sent, and when failed transactions still cost money, trust erodes very quickly. People don't feel empowered, they feel punished for trying. Quick pause here. If you've ever wondered why Web3 feels harder to use than it should, take a second to subscribe, because this channel focuses on explaining these problems clearly for people new to Web3. Now, back to the issue. The deeper problem is that gas fees push complexity onto the user instead of the system. Users are expected to understand congestion, priority, fee markets, and timing just to interact with basic applications. That's not how mainstream technology succeeds. Contrast that with alternative approaches that prioritize predictable cost and usability. On Qortal, for example, publishing data to the Qortal data network, whether that's a post, a message, or other content, uses a tiny constant fee measured in fractions of a quart, instead of a volatile bidding system. So there's no guessing, no sudden spikes of costs, and no competing with bots for block space. The system trades theoretical efficiency for real-world usability, which makes a massive difference for everyday users. This doesn't mean gas fees are inherently bad, but it does mean they're a design trade-off, and one that comes with serious consequences. When fees dominate the user experience, Web3 stops feeling like a new internet and starts feeling like a high-friction financial experiment. The uncomfortable truth is that if Web3 wants mass adoption, it can't expect normal users to tolerate unpredictable costs just to participate. In simple terms, gas fees are not just a technical detail, they're a user experience problem. And until more projects rethink how costs are handled, Web3 will keep pushing people away at the exact moment it needs them most. If you want more honest breakdowns like this one that focus on usability and real-world outcomes, make sure you're subscribed because there's a lot more coming your way.